Hey Jim, how's it going this morning? Thought I'd get up and get this crap done today. Got a bunch of shears and a bunch of clipper blades to do. Ah, that's funny. Happy Easter. This blade's got some serious damage on it. I think I got it. Well, you can definitely make some money with a flat hone. My dog's whining. I said, what's your problem? Come here, come here. Well, I appreciate everybody watching out there. I hope you hit that thumbs up button. Help the algorithm out. Help my channel out. It's Sunday morning. I'm doing a little sharpening for a dog groomer. She dropped them off last night, so I've got a bunch of shears to do today and clipper blades. So I try to work for my clients, even though it's Easter Sunday here. I've got to get these done because she's got to go back to work on Monday. When you own your own business, you got to work when you got to work, even if it's Sunday morning. Looks good. So tell me where you're watching from. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. So these were a little rough in cutting. A little tight. So we're going to try a little fur. These are pet grooming shears, so these are for trimming dogs. That looks good. See how crisp it cuts? Those feel pretty good. Let's try the rabbit fur. This is real fur. The other was fake fur. This is real rabbit pelt. Let's see if it cuts crisp, and it does. So she'll be happy with those. All right, so that's one pair down. So let's do the second pair. And These are not cutting well at all. So you can see it's not even, it will not even cut single ply tissue paper. Now the fun part is whether I can get these apart or not. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. These are going to come apart, so it's no problem here. All right, these do not need a ride line. They're not convex shears. They just need a new edge. Sorry about that. Knocked y'all off, didn't I? Hey John, good to hear from you. The very first one I used an 80 micron, which is probably around 240, but this one's pretty worn. I don't always start off that aggressive, but I needed to on these. Yeah, that's normally it's the 600 is the most aggressive, but I could tell that there was some serious damage on these, and I would rather go with a more aggressive grit if I need to take off more material faster, just to keep the heat down. It would take me a lot more time on a 600 to get that damage out, if that makes sense to you. Robert, are you speaking of the machine? This is a Hirato, Hira-to flat hone from Wolf Industries. You can look up Wolf Industries, WOLFF Industries in Spartanburg, South Carolina. This machine is designed for sharpening, specifically salon, barber, and pet grooming shears. All right, I'm just going to work a little bit on the ride lines, not much. Well, it's pretty much a specialty machine. There's only maybe 3 manufacturers in the United States. Wolf Industries is the largest one, but there's some other companies out there that make them. Some guys make their own. I'm not that adventurous. Oh, just dropped that washer. There it is. You know what? I'm going to put a better washer in that. I don't like that one at all. Let's see if we can find a better washer. So we're sharpening pet grooming shears this morning for a local dog groomer. She dropped them off last night, and I told her I could get them off, get everything sharpened for her so she can go back to work on Monday. She was closed on Sundays. All right, it feels better. We're going to test it on some dry tissue. Hang on. Move some of this stuff out of the way. So I like to test first on dry one-ply tissue. Oh, look at that. That's just wonderful. And if you saw at the beginning, it would not cut this at all. So we're going to try some fake fur, see if it cuts good at the tip. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Metal, very clean. The end, very clean. Rabbit fur, and just clean as can be. It's a very nice cut. So there's another pair done. We've got 4 more pairs to do this morning. Put a little rubber band around them to keep them from opening. All right, here's another pair. Let's do the tissue test first. It cuts. Well, kind of hangs up right there. It's got a little hitch to it. And see, it's folding the hair. So that would be frustrating to her if she was trimming a dog, and my dog is going crazy.
What is your problem?
Don't know what the heck he's messing with in there. No, not taboo at all. For these, I charge $20 per pair for pet grooming shears. That's when they bring them to me. I don't do mobile sharpening for pet groomers, but I do mobile sharpening for barbers and hairstylists, and I charge $35 a pair for me to go to their salons or barber shops to do this exact same thing. Now they can bring them to me if they want, but it costs more for me to come to the salon. That makes sense? And some guys charge a lot more than I do. I know there's people in the country that charge $50 a pair to go to a salon. But I have to pack up all this equipment. It's all heavy. You can't see everything that's around me, but there's a ton of stuff, and I have a dust collection system here. Shouldn't be, breathing this kind of stuff. So it's gonna cost more for me to come to your shop. All right. These have some damage on the inside. It's hard for y'all to see the light, but there's considerable inside damage on this shear. So we're going to work it a little bit with 1,000 grit stone. So what I'm doing is I'm just working the inside. I'm working the inside edge of this blade. It's called the ride line. And that looks a lot better. what I'm doing is I'm looking at in the light, the reflection of that line. If you can see that line, I want it to be nice and even from the tip to past the pivot point. I don't want to see any refraction of light. If I see a refraction of light that's odd, that means there's damage. And I have to fix it. And that looks real good. From this J here all the way up to the tip looks real nice on the inside. So now we do the other side. And can y'all see that right in there? See how the light changes right in there? Right there? And just a little at the tip. So these girls will do 5-6 dogs a day, 5-6 days a week. That takes a lot of toll on their equipment. And then if their shears are not cutting, it takes longer for them to groom that dog. And it's also more stressful on their hands. John, I'm not sure what I said. I forgot what the question was. I think he asked what I was charging. I charge $20 per pair to sharpen pet grooming shears when they bring them to me. Like these are all pet grooming shears. She dropped these off last night. Now if I go to first of all, I don't go to dog grooming shops. I don't sit up there. I don't do mobile sharpening. All dog groomers have to bring their tools to me. The only places I go mobile sharpening are barber shops and salons. And I charge $35 per pair when I go to a salon or a barber shop. So it's considerably more expensive for me to come to your shop versus having somebody bring them to me. And I have a lot of barbers that bring me stuff, and stylists here at the house so they can save some money. But I also have a lot of shops that call me. Like Wednesday I'll be in shops all day. I charge more because I have to haul this equipment around, and gasoline and so forth. Travel time. All right, so I got it all clean now. Don't see any extra refraction of light along that edge, all the way down to the bottom through the J. So that looks real good. Robert, you have to use both because the stones work this flat side. The flat side of the shear, the inside of the shear has to be done on the stones. You can't do this edge has to be done on the flat hone. There's two different edges here. So now I'm going to do, I've already conditioned this side. I've created a nice even edge inside. Now I need to create a sharp edge on the outside of the shear. If you'll check out my channel, I have some tutorial videos on this. Yeah, and you'll see on the curved shears, I'll do freehand on the curved shears. Straight shears, I like to use the clamp. I'm going to leave these a little grippy. Now the next pair of shears I do after this will be the curved grooming shears, and I will freehand those. Well, I appreciate the few people that are watching. It does help our little business down here in Texas grow. We're Sharpen Right Services. We're located in League City, Texas. League City's halfway between Houston and Galveston on the Texas Gulf Coast. And we sharpen salon, barber, and pet grooming shears. That's what we're sharpening this morning, is pet grooming shears for a local dog groomer. Keep seeing something. Well, John, the town I live in, League City, is about 120,000 people. But I'm 30 miles from Houston and 30 miles from Galveston. So the entire Houston metropolitan area, including Galveston, Sugar Land, everything's about 7.5 million people. I'm in a densely populated suburban area. There's 100 barber shops and salons within a 10-mile radius of my home. And I don't know how many dog groomers there are, but there's a lot. Most of my dog groomers are mobile dog groomers. This girl owns a shop. But most of my groomers are mobile, and there's a ton of them. I stay busier than I want to be. I turn down some dog groomers, and I only go to a certain geographic distance. I don't go into Houston, and I get calls from all over the greater Houston area wanting me to come to salons and barbershops, but I'm just not going to do it. It's just too much hassle with the traffic and everything. Yeah, I mean, you can make money doing it mobile, but it's if I lived in a smaller town, I would have to do it. I'd have to travel outside. But I'm in such a busy area, a growing area also, that I can be a little picky in my work. Yeah, going into Houston is just a nightmare. I worked in Houston for years and years and traveled from where I'm at 30 miles a day each way, and I don't want to do that anymore. So here's the 1-ply tissue. Let's see how it cuts. Oh, just wonderful. Just no resistance whatsoever. So here's the fake fur. Make sure the tip cuts. Oh, and it does wonderfully. All right, those are just fantastic. She'll be happy with those. John, where are you located? Okay. Well, I got a couple of buddies in Oklahoma. I got one in Ardmore, and then there's one in Oklahoma City. Oh, see, those aren't cutting at all. Now, I don't know Jesse. I know of him, but I don't know him. No, the guy I know is Tracy Marks in Ardmore. I'm trying to think of the other guy that's around Oklahoma City. I can't remember his name. Joshua? I think it's Josh. I do follow Jesse, but I don't know him. I've never chatted with him or texted him or anything like that. I do see his YouTube videos, so he's a good guy. I'm going to replace that washer too. I've been doing this full-time for 5 years. I was a financial advisor for 29 years. And in January of 2020, the company I was working for made some changes that I couldn't live with. And I had been doing this part-time for about 5 years, just sharpening on the evenings and weekends. And when I worked for a credit union, and they wanted to make some changes, and I said, no, I'm done. So I left, started doing the sharpening full time. I had planned on going back to work as an advisor, and then was having too much fun and said, I'm going to keep doing this. And so all of my securities licenses have expired, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Not ever doing that again. So the other guy wanted to see freehanding. I don't know if he's still on or not, but I'm going to freehand this one. One more pass of that tip. I don't feel like the tip is right. Take care, John. Thanks for popping in. Well, I appreciate everybody out there watching. I hope you hit the thumbs up button. I hope you subscribe to the channel. It does help our little business down here in Texas grow. Thanks, Michael. We're going to work I'm going to work the ride lines inside a little bit. These technically don't have ride lines, but I'm just going to work it a little bit here. Now these weren't cutting at all, they were folding the hair. I feel something at the tip. That's about as good as we're going to get those. I'm going to replace the washer. I don't like that little tiny washer right there. Let's see if we can find something a little more substantial. Clean that a little bit there. Hang on, y'all hang on 1 second. Whatever you want to do. Whatever's good for you. Is it right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Check. You can check.
Nah. I believe you. what I'm looking at. Because anytime you sharpen stuff, it just takes the light. So, when it's folding the air and you're getting stressed in your hands, that's when you need to bring it. Don't spend the money when you're just a little book. I want to get as many dogs as possible before you have to do it. That's a lot of money. So, and if you're clipping, also check on your clipper blades. They were kind of noisy. Okay, so I had to tighten the little parts on them. So, when it starts making noise, it's these little tabs here. Yeah. So when I adjust them, so some of them may be tight when you do it. So you turn them on, turn your clippers on, and make sure you push the little button on the back of them and pop it in. The first time you do it, so you're in a couple of them are going to be real tight. Don't panic. It's fine. Just make sure you push your button, turn them on, pop them into place. And then next time they won't do that. They won't be making that noise. You know, they just clank and stuff. I've had a couple of them. I've had some girls call me first time they sharpened for them. They're like, hey, I can't get my clippers on there. And I forgot to tell them. I've adjusted that tab and it's a little tight. Like a new blade.
Yeah.
New blades.
Yeah.
So if you feel that, just pop it in the place.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, budget premium. On a good Sunday.
All right, sorry, back. Had one of my dog groomers pick up her stuff. That one's not going to work. I need another one. Let's try one of these. All right, feels pretty good. Let's see if they cut now. So let's try just one ply tissue. Oh, look at that. That just cuts like butter. So there's no resistance there, and that's what I want. So the fake fur. It's a little crunchy. I'm gonna buff these a little bit. I may have the tension a little too much too. So let's try it again. I just felt a little resistance. That's better. That's much better. All right, let's try the rabbit fur. This is so fine. Look at that. See that? So see, she could work around that dog's face and get it really nice. She can keep the puppies pretty. All right, so there's another one down. I got 2 more to go. The next 2 are thinning shears. So there's the thinning shears. And this is what how I like to test the thinning shears. Not on tissue paper, but in rollers, in wraps. That's not bad. Well, let's see if it's catching fur. Yeah, it's pulling the fur a little bit there. Just catching a little bit. So I think we can make these sharper. Looks pretty good. Not perfect. I think I need a new marker. This one's about had it. All right, back to the stone. Looks good. I'm going to work this side just a little. And I like to ramp it a little bit also, just a tiny bit. Alright, let's see if this is going to cut better now. It wasn't awful. It was just catching a little bit of hair at the tips, and that would be very frustrating if you were trimming a dog and it was pulling its fur. Let's use the end wrap again. These are grooming shears. Are you talking about clipper blades? Yes, I do clipper blades. I'm getting ready to do some here in a little bit. You can check out my YouTube channel. I've got tons of videos. In fact, yesterday I was doing, I don't like the way that's cutting at all. Yesterday I was doing clipper blades live, and I may do some clipper blades live here in a little while. I've got about a dozen blades to do today. Well, you have to have the right equipment to do them. You have to have a lapping plate that's got the correct grind on it. You can't do them on a stone. They are not flat. If you flatten them out, they will not cut. They actually have a hollow grind in them. I've got a couple of tutorial videos and using the machine that I use. Check them out. All right, those are cutting good now. Appreciate it, Evan. And you can contact me through my website. There's my website. And I'm on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. And so you can, if you go to my website, you can message me through my website if you have questions. All right, we got one more pair to do, more of a texturizer next. So those don't feel like they're cutting at all. Happy Easter to you too also. So those are folding hair. It's not cutting at all. They're very loose for one. That could be part of it. All right, this is the last pair to do, and then I got to go do some clipper blades after this. I may turn the camera back on when I do the clipper blades. All right. Well, we can turn the dust collection system off. We're done grinding for a little while. Well, I appreciate everybody watching. This is the last pair I'm going to do this morning. That looks good. Let's see if they cut better. They were definitely folding fur. Well, I lost the clip plate. That's not good. See if that one works. Nope. I got more. Feels good. Oh man, look at that. That's beautiful. That's going to cut great. Hey, I appreciate everybody watching. I hope you subscribe to the channel. I hope you have a wonderful Easter Sunday. And that's cutting great. Look at that. Y'all have a great day. Take care.